Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be showing you how to make this Ankara shirt. This shirt is perfect for summer and it features an elastic waistband that is adjustable and it also has pockets. If this is something you'd like to know more about, please keep on watching and let's get started. For this shirt, 1 yard of African print is enough. You can also make use of any fabric of your choice. And for the elastic waistband, the length I have here is about 1.25 inches. Fold your fabric into two on the table like I have folded mine. And the first thing I'm going to do is to mark a line across the fabric, and this line will serve as the starting line. This shirt will have a waistband of 1.5 inches, so that means whatever I'm going to do here, I'm going to put my tape on 1.5 inches at the top line. This line on the fabric will serve as the waistline, but I'm going to put my tape at 1.5 inches to mark the length of the shirt. I am marking 18 inches as the length of the shirt, and I'll connect that into a straight line. If you want your shirt a little bit shorter than what you saw in the video, you can make yours 16 inches as the length of the shirt. Once I'm done marking the length of the shirt, I'll go ahead and add 1 inch for hemming allowance at the bottom. So go ahead and add your hemming allowance at the bottom. Next off, I'll go ahead and mark the crotch line. My crotch length is 11.5 inches. But take note that I'll still place my tape at the 1.5 inches at the top before marking the 11.5 inches for the crotch line. After marking, I'll connect that into a straight line. If you don't know your crotch length, please take that measurement on your body. On the crotch line, I'll go ahead and mark my hip measurements divided by 4, and I'll be adding 2 inches for ease. This is not a two-fitted shirt. You want it to be a bit loose on your body, so you can add between 2 inches to 1 inch for ease. I added 2 inches to mine, and I'll take that measurement to the waistline. The next step is to mark the crotch extension. I'll be marking 2 inches as the crotch extension here. After marking the 2 inches, from this corner here, I'll go up by 1 inch. This is just to enable us to have a good curve at this point, so that you can get a good curve, so that it doesn't go in too deep. And I'll come in with my curved ruler to connect it. Once we are done with that, we go over to the side on the waistline, go in by 1 inch and just connect it to the crotch line. If you don't know how to calculate the crotch extension, the formula is on the screen right now. And from the crotch line here, just take it all the way down to the end of the shirt. And that is all on the cutting of the front part of the shirt. At the upper part, I am leaving the ½ inch allowance at the top as my joining allowance. Moving on to the back, I have folded my fabric into two and I placed the front part on it. So make sure that you have at least 2 inches space at the top, and on this side also make sure that you have at least 2 inches space there. The first thing I'm going to do is to extend the top of the back trouser by 1.5 inches on this side. From this point, I'll take it slightly to the waistline. Now I'll extend the back crotch by 2 inches also, and I'll connect like you see me doing. From this point, I'll connect to the end of the shirt. That is all on the back. I'll cut it out now. Now we have both the front and the back. I'll set the back aside so that we can work on the front. We're adding pockets to the front. I have cut out this piece of fabric, and the length I have there is about 11.5 inches and the width is 10.5. I'll place it under the shirt so that we can have the same shape we have on the side of the front shirt, so that we can have that same shape on the pockets. This is the part that will be attached to the shirt. Once I've gotten the shape I want at that point, I'll shape this side. I'll give this side a bit of a round shape. Now we have all our pocket pieces. We have 4 pieces in total, 2 on each side of the shirt. I'll bring in the front parts now so that we can fix the pockets. I'll be illustrating with one side of the shirt. Now from the waistline, go ahead and mark 1 inch. At that 1 inch is where you're going to place one piece of the pocket. Now go ahead and mark ½ inch, and from that ½ inch mark 7 inches for the pocket opening. This part I marked on the shirt is where you're going to stitch. You're going to make your stitch like the line I have on the shirt. This is after I was done stitching, and you guys can see what I have. You're going to notch the same way I am notching mine. You're going to notch that way. Make sure that it is close to the seam, but don't cut the seam open. Here I'm making sure that it is close to the seam, and be careful not to cut the seam open. I'll turn it to the right side now so that you can see what I have. Once your pocket is looking like this, go ahead and make a top stitch on the pocket. Once you are done making the top stitch, you are going to flip it like you see me doing and place the other piece of the pocket on it. Place it right side facing each other like you see me doing, and you are going to stitch all around the pocket. You can pin it together first like I'm doing with mine here. After pinning, take it to the sewing machine and stitch with ½ inch. You are going to stitch all around the pocket like you see me doing. Once you are done stitching that also, you can now join it together with the shirt at this point. Just going to make a small stitch at that point. This is after I was done, and you can see what I have here. My pocket is fixed already to the front part of the shirt. Repeat the same process on the other side. I have done mine, and this is what I also have on this side. Moving on, place the 2 pieces together. Go ahead and stitch along the crotch. Take it from the waistline to this point, stitch with ½ inch. I'll bring in the back also and repeat the same thing. Go ahead and join it together with ½ inch. After joining, this is what I have. Now I'll place the back on the front, right side facing each other, and I'll go ahead and stitch along the side. I'll be using ½ inch to join it together. Repeat the same process on the other side also. Go ahead and use ½ inch to join it together. Once we are done joining the side, we move to the bottom part here and join it also. You can pin the center together first so that the seam line there aligns together. Then after pinning, go ahead and join it together with ½ inch. Once you are done joining this part, go ahead and hem the bottom of the shirt also. This is after I was done, and you can see what I have. I have pressed it properly, and the next thing is to work on the waistband. Now measure around the waist, and whatever you get is what you are going to use to cut out your waistband. You're just going to add half-inch allowance for joining. I have cut out my waistband with the measurement I marked out earlier, and the length I have here is 4 inches. Fold your fabric into 2 like you see me doing, and mark 0.75 from the top. Mark another 0.75. I are going to stitch along the part I made a line on, leaving that space of 0.75 inches open. After stitching, this is what you should have. You can see what mine is looking like. You can see that space we have there. That is where we are going to pass our rope into. Go ahead and fold your band. You can take it to the ironing table here and press it. Just fold it into 2 and press it so that it stays nice and flat. We are going to fix it to the short at this point. Please take note that the right side of the band should be the part that has the opening in front. Make sure that where you have the opening in front is fixed to the center front. Go ahead and pin the band all around the waistline of the short. Pin it together. I am going to join it with 1/2 inch. I am done joining the band here, and I left the space at the center back. This space is so that we are able to pass in the elastic. So now for the elastic, the measurement I have here is I deducted about 3 inches from my waist measurement. So your round waist measurement, deduct 3 inches from it. That is how to get the amount of elastic you need. Now you are going to pass in the elastic through the space you left at the back. Pass it in with the help of a safety pin and take it all the way around the short. Make sure to arrange the elastic properly on the waistline before joining it. So now I'm just going to join it like you see me indicating here. After joining the elastic together, please go ahead and stitch that space you left at the center back. Now we are done with that part, and the last thing is to fix in the rope. Remember the space we have at the center front, that is where you are going to pass in the rope. But before then, you have to make 2 straight stitches at the center of the band. Make sure that you are pulling it as you are stitching. Sew 2 lines at the center all around the band. This is mine after I was done making the 2 stitches, and the last thing is to fix in the rope. I have stitched a long strap for the rope, and I'm just going to pass it in with the help of the safety pin. At this point, you need to take your time to pass it in carefully. You are going to pass it in through one side and bring it out from the other side. After fixing the rope, this is what your short should be looking like, and that is all on the cutting and the sewing of this Ankara short. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.